Hey, y'all. Welcome to episode 128 of Consignment Chats. Ladies, how are you?
Doing good.
No, you got to get
awesome now.
All right, listen.
It is
awesome
great.
You know what? I was thinking about this and I was thinking how much fun we have together. And then I went back and I thought about, wait a minute, what was life like 3 years ago for us? Like reselling and consignment, especially when you are online, which so many of us are, can be a very tough, lonely space. However, over the last couple of years, we have learned a lot about community and about making connections. And that is what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah,
I love it because I'm going to get all weird and sappy, but like I was going to shut down my business before I found you guys. I was on that fence of, do I keep this going? Is it a side hustle? Do I want to do it full time? I don't know. Or do I just shut it down completely and say, okay, that was a fun phase in my life? And I was like 2 seconds away from a Facebook post. Granted, I did everything on Facebook then too. I wasn't like eBay and all that. 2 seconds away from a Facebook post of, it's been a great decade. Thank you, everybody. There will no longer be a Sorting with Samantha. And I did a podcast search for consignment and found you guys and got sucked right back in for my love of it.
How did we not know that?
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Chills. Oh,
Yeah.
Samantha, I knew there was a reason why we loved your little puppy dog self.
Wow.
Well, many reasons. Oh, I love that. Love it.
Yeah. So thanks. You brought me here. It's great.
Oh my
So
God.
right there, y'all. Right there tells you how important it is to find community in the reselling world. And there are a lot of resellers out there, right? There's many everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, earlier today in our Patreon group, I was actually talking about before C chats.
BC.
And it was just really, I am an introvert. I don't mind spending. I like to be alone. I like to be quiet. But it was just so strange. Like, it was just such a strange place to be in. Like, I didn't know how much I needed that connection. And I closed my brick and mortar after 3 years, and I went solely online with the intention of, buying a property and opening the brick and mortar back up. And I was online, and it was actually members in the community that were the ones that showed me that you can make a full-time living. You can do this full-time. It was Scavenger Life. They are the OGs of reseller podcasting. They are not online anymore, but you can go back and listen to their episodes. And I was like, wow. So it took somebody to show me, wow, you can sell on eBay and make a full-time income. You can support your family. Like, this is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the validation that I needed. And that was amazing.
Yeah. And I think you get real excited to start that journey. Although your journey started in the storefront, this is like a different phase of your journey, and you get all excited in your home and you're setting everything up and you're going to do this and that. And I think it's fun for a while, but then you realize there's an aspect you're totally missing.
Mm-hmm.
And
even in the storefront, like, I would go to local business meetings and network with people. And I felt that, I made a lot of great connections, met a lot of great people, but it wasn't the reseller community. It wasn't other people that were doing consignment. And there are so many unique things in our world that I wasn't making those connections while I was in the storefront until I started, networking with other resellers.
Because y'all, whether you like it or not, we're our own breed. We resellers.
Very
we
true.
are. And there's different levels because you have, it's one thing to be self-employed and be a business owner. And then it's a whole next level to be a reseller and you're, trying to recycle used goods. And then it's a whole nother level to do it with consignment mixed in. Like, there's different tiers to these different communities, and making sure that you find the right tier to that too is important.
Right. Because and when you're by yourself and you're working on those different tiers and you're trying to learn about them and you're trying to figure them out, if you don't have a community, you don't have anybody like you do when you're working in an office or a store. You've got your employees, you've got your coworkers, you can, talk things through. You can go out for drinks after work and let go about your day, and they get it because they work there too. So when you have to let that out, they understand. But without a community with us, you don't have that support. You don't get that because you're by yourself in your house. And
or you're trying to talk to somebody in your family about it. And my standard response from my family, you know what it is?
What?
Just shut the business down. I'm like, I'm just venting. Like, I just need a moment to talk. I would just need a moment to talk to somebody. Why are you even doing this? Just shut the business down if you're that like upset or something goes wrong. I'm like,
yeah,
that's really not helpful, but thank you.
You just want to say that there's a glitch on eBay and they're going to fix it in a couple days and it's going to be totally fine. But for these couple days, that glitch is really affecting things and it's frustrating. Oh, just quit selling on eBay. I don't think you understand how this works. No, that's not an option. Even when there's a glitch, I'm still making sales, leave it alone. But
I still need to vent.
Yeah.
Right? I still need somebody that understands what I'm going through.
You need somebody that understands. When you're teaching, the other teachers understand. When you're working as a nurse, the other nurses understand. We need other resellers. And the beauty of it is, since that time, 3 years ago or so when we felt that way, we have learned so much about reseller communities and about collaborating together and connecting with others. That is what I think we should share with everybody today, because there may be people that listen that have not found their community yet. And we know what a beautiful thing it is when once you make that connection and you get that community going, how life and business changing that moment can be. So but
to hear all this, hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell, go over to Apple Podcasts, give us a review so you can check us out in all the places we are. We have a mastermind group through Patreon. We have our Facebook community on Facebook, which is totally a free private community. There are so many options. We have our book club. There's so many ways to connect, but your first method of connection should be that Consignment Chats community on Facebook and the thumbs up on YouTube. Yeah.
Yes.
And this is going to seem like a giant infomercial for our community, but we love it. We just love it. And there are others. Our sponsor, List Perfectly, they have a community as well. They have a Facebook community. They do listing parties. We are a part of both of those and we love it. And our communities can cross. The people that migrate this way or that way, you can be a part of many places. It's just a matter of finding your people and where you want to focus that energy. I know when I quit my job at the hospital, I had to leave a lot of different Facebook groups. I had to unfollow some certain people, and I had to really change my mindset of what I wanted to see when I opened up my phone and I was scrolling through social media, what was going to set my mood. So for the longest time, I just had nothing but eBay groups in there and the Boss Reseller Remix group and you guys, so that when I'm scrolling through, I am just seeing other resellers, and that's my mindset and that's my thing. Mm-hmm. And now it's more of a mix, but it really just depends on the season of your life and how you want to incorporate those groups as well.
That's good advice for that change you went through, because that was a big change of seasons there to make that step. So, wow, that's smart advice. I wouldn't have thought about that.
It was hard. I'm still not a part of some of the groups where people are like, well, if you were in, they literally have one here called Sue Rants and Raves. There's like 30,000 people, which we don't have that many people in our county, let alone our town. There are 30,000 people that just go in there to rant and rave about things. Mm-hmm. And when I worked at the hospital as a manager, I needed to be a part of that group. So I was up on the complaints and could nip them in the bud. And I have not been a part of that group for the last year and a half. And holy moly, does that make a difference?
Life-changing, I'm sure.
It weighs you down, all that negativity.
Yes.
And, I mean, we've been really, intentional.
Yes.
Intentional about the way we grew the C Chats community, and not saying there aren't going to be, instances, but just really making sure whatever is posted. I mean, you can vent, you can say whatever, but we have to do it with the intent and put a positive spin on it. Yes, you're having a problem. All right, let's figure out how to fix it. Yes. Let's figure out, what are some suggestions? So it's not that we don't allow ranting and raving. It just needs to be done in a positive light. Like if you're going to complain about something, you're going to accept some. Right. What do you want to do about it? Yeah.
Right. Complain about it in a way that you are looking for solution and help, because we have so many smart, amazing people in our community who have so many great ideas and experiences that, I mean, the three of us have different experiences and things to put on the table to help people. That's why we do what we do and love doing consignment chats. But having all these people in the community, I mean, to me, it doesn't just take a village to raise a child. It takes a village to do anything successfully in your life. The more ideas you can get, even if you choose that that's not the right one for you, just hearing it and learning from others is only going to grow you as a person and a business owner.
Yeah, I mean, the things that we've chatted about in the community right now, I'm in the middle of moving myself and my business. So I'm getting all sorts of tips and tricks from the community. And I think about the time before we had the community. I'd also moved twice during that period. And I didn't really have anybody to bounce things off of. And I probably spent more money, way more time trying to do these things and figure it out rather than, getting advice from somebody that's already been there, done that. Right. So I'm really excited to do the move this time with the help of a community, with ideas from the community. And yeah.
Awesome. All right. Other ways that we make connections and build community. I know personally, and I've said this in previous episodes, as much of the stuff we do tend to say in other episodes, some things are so important we need to drill at home, like subscribing and those kind of things, clicking the like button, that stuff. We got to always say that. But my biggest aha moment for me was going to the Boss Reseller Remix and actually being person to person with other resellers and learning together, growing together, having fun together. And I know that's not for everyone. I know that it's not in everybody's budget. Those are growing, but now you can even go virtually. And that's a great thing because then you can chat about it in the groups and grow together that way. But I think those kind of, not conventions, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to call
gatherings.
Gatherings are priceless. I mean,
networking
opportunities, whether you're doing it virtually or in person, I just think they're priceless. And it's a totally different feeling. So this being said, so we got to get back to this for sure. But I just thought you also have to be open to these communities and opportunities. Mm-hmm. So we're involved in a lot of different groups. We have our groups. There are people that would benefit from them or that come in for a brief second, but they are not open to the things. They don't, like myself, Libby asked me to be on this podcast for months and I was not open to it. I was like, you're crazy. You don't want me. I have nothing to say to anybody. That's ridiculous. And now you guys can't get me to shut up every week. So you just have to be open to what's being around you. Same with, we hold a lot of Zoom meetings and our Patreon group, our lives, and there are people that come and they watch, but they don't interact. Mm-hmm. Whereas if they would even just shoot a quick comment, we'd know they're there. They might be more open to things. So it's totally fine if you don't want to and you just want to watch and you just want to not interact. But if you're still feeling like you're missing something or you're just not clicking and you're trying all these different groups, you might just need to reflect on that. You need to be a little bit more open and put yourself out there a little bit more too. Like I had to. I was feeling lost and didn't know what I was doing. And then I said yes to Libby and here we are. And here we are. Here we are. If I could go back in time and change something from the Boss Reseller Remix, it would have been having a video, drone or whatever, following Libby night one, because Libby, y'all, is very introverted normally. You don't feel that here because this is her jam now and she's come way out of her shell. But when you get in a public situation, we're very different people. I'm like,
Molly's the social butterfly.
Yes. And I've been that way
I'm the wallflower.
Yeah. She's the wallflower. Well, we go into the first night and it was so crowded and so loud that I decided I am going to sit at this table and I'm not moving because I can't get through all these people. This is ridiculous. So I said to Libby went everywhere, and I sat and said, let the people come to me. Which wasn't really what it was. I had some nice people at my table and we talked, but I was so proud of her. Libby spent the whole first hour and a half literally squeezing her way like a mouse in a maze, going to every person, introducing herself. Hi, I'm Libby, and just went all the way through. And that was like such a wow moment for me to see you really. And I know you had to dig so deep.
I was going to say it literally took everything I had in myself to force. I hate to say it, but yeah, I forced myself to do it. I had to. I thought I'm not.
And do you have any regrets?
No, I'm thrilled I did it.
Yeah.
For those that are like you, what would be your advice on what you said to yourself, in your brain, that got you to do that? Like, give some pointers to people who might not want to, or get very
out there. Yeah.
Like, what kind of things?
Well, number one, it doesn't really matter what other people think of you. You're there for yourself. It's nice to meet people, and you're not going to be for everyone, and that's okay. So just anchor yourself with that. And I have done a lot of reflecting in the past couple of years about how many opportunities I've missed because I was scared, or the times that I've held myself back from, saying what I want to do, or doing what I was capable of at work, because I felt like I didn't want to call attention to myself. And I was just tired of missing out on those opportunities and flying beneath the radar and just doing that because it made other people uncomfortable when I was not flying under the radar or voicing my opinion. And I was just really, when I thought back about all those missed opportunities, I thought no more.
Look at us now. You're speaking at 2 conferences. 2.
Yep. Yes, you are presenting it too, up on the stage.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to be scared. I'm going to be legit scared. Yeah, legit.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be great.
Yeah. You just have to push yourself through it and come up with whatever your mojo saying is in your head to get yourself through that. My absolute...
Surround yourself by the people. We're going to be on either side of you, and we are going to get all through it together. All of us are going to be scared of one thing or another together, 100%. But we're sitting next to each other, and we got your back, and you got my back, and we will do this, and we will teach people about wonderful things. It's going to be great.
And in the community, in the Consignment Chats community, every week we have new members, and I'll post a quote, and the one I use repeatedly is surround yourself with others that will only lift you higher. And I truly, truly feel that and believe it. If somebody is dragging you down and telling you that's stupid, that's a bad idea. Not people that are looking out for your safety. Little disclaimer there.
If you're trying to jump off the bridge.
You might want to listen.
Right.
People in your life that are trying to drag you down or, keep you at a certain level, or, you don't need to surround yourself with those people. We learned that in the Slight Edge. We've just learned that from life. You do not need that. It does not matter what other people think of you. Surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up.
I forgot what I was going to say, and I had
feel about all our sea chatters. They lift us up, and we lift them up. Yeah, It's just wonderful.
I agree 100%.
I know what I want to say. It's been something that's been weighing on me.
What?
So
I'm sorry.
Consignment Chats. We are an inclusive group, and I'm going to start saying this at the beginning of every episode because it needs to get out there. If you are we are a community of collaborative resellers. Yes. It doesn't mean you have to take consignment. It doesn't mean that you ever have to do a consignment. We like to see people be ready. So when that opportunity walks through the door as a reseller, because can you sell my stuff is a question we get all the time. We just want to make sure you're ready. You're ready to say yes. You're ready to say no. You know your limits. But some of the people in our community have never taken a consignment. We are a collaborative group of resellers. We have all sorts, retail arbitrage, people that do sourcing, people that do just the bins, people that do dumpster diving, people that do consignment. We do it all, and we are all inclusive in that respect. So if you have reseller friends, send them on over. We'll get them consignment ready, but they don't ever have to take a consignment. Okay. Was that good? Did I miss anything?
No, and I'm glad you put that in there. And that was what I forgot, because when you were saying that earlier about our group, I was going to say, but are we only consignment, Libby? Because we like to make our infomercials on our own as we go through these episodes. One thing I wanted to share when I was saying about get your mantra, get your whatever you're going to put in your head to get yourself through the tough spots. When I went to Boss last year, Libby knows I was absolutely petrified to get on a plane. That was the first time I'd gotten on a plane in, I think, 8 years. I've been training it cross country the whole way for days to see my in-laws.
Yeah, this isn't somebody that stays in the same city or state. No, she's a cross country traveler, but she's just hadn't been on a plane.
Well, I had, but it'd been 8 years. And my fear kept getting worse. It's something my mom had. Well, Libby told me one night, she's like, you know what? Stop it. Don't say you can't do it. This is what you're going to tell yourself.
Because meanwhile, I'm scared to death to fly, and she's telling me, and I'm like,
wait a minute, it's all about me. So, move on. Libby said to me, she said, this is what you're going to say every time the thought comes in your mind. You're going to say, I'm a boss bitch. And I did it. I did it the whole way through the airport. I would say it to myself. I did it on the plane. I had my Xanax. Guess what? I didn't even take one because I was a boss bitch and I didn't need Xanax to get to
Dang, girl. Yeah.
Made it all the way there and back without it. So that's what I'm saying. If you get that mantra, that whatever's in your head that can get you through that scary part, I think to myself now, if I would have let my fear stop me from getting on that plane, I would have missed out on some of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life that are now a part of my life daily. And I would have missed out on them if I would have let that fear win. So got to get that mantra, got to get whatever it is.
Feel free to use I'm a boss bitch. That's a good one.
We're all boss bitches. It's great. I just want
you to know, Molly, that I get up on stage.
Oh yeah, there you go. We have been talking about you a little bit in my household because my mom did mention that. I said, when I said Molly flies into Phoenix at whatever time on Monday, and she goes, she's flying? And I said, yes. Granted, my mom has never met I have never met Molly in person. My mom,
right.
She goes, really? She's come so far. My mom had a proud mom moment. And I said, well, she got a nonstop flight. So that way she doesn't she's like, she recognizes her process in this. She was like, oh, this is just so great. So Mom, I know you're listening. I just had to tell Molly,
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yep. I appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
That is awesome. Yes. I cannot do the stop and goes though, y'all, because I'm scared if I get down, I won't get back up.
That's okay. You recognize that you're taking steps. It's baby steps.
Yep.
And you're so much farther than you were last year. And you're getting to do more opportunities and more things. You get to meet me in person. So I mean, hello, of course
there's going to be hugs going out, y'all, everywhere. You get a hug, and you get a hug, and you get a hug.
Oh Lord. Oh
Even
Lord.
Libby, the non-hugger, she's gonna hug.
We get to squish her like a sandwich. It's gonna be great.
No, let's do it. Let's group hug her and put her right in between us and just Oreo creamer.
Oh God.
You what?
Don't do
That
it.
sounded kind of gross.
I did. I did. That might mean something. You better look that up and see if you need to edit
I might
it.
have to edit that one out.
You guys, we're getting into a different type of community right now. We need to focus back.
Back it up. Cam is not here to help us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So any other ideas of ways people can connect with others? I know for us, the communities on Facebook are huge.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can get a lot of good information from so many. I would just, try them out. You'll know what feels right for you.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll
like meetups, like I do a meetup here. I know, Samantha, you do a meetup, like an e-commerce meetup. And mine was all Amazon sellers for the longest time. And it was great. It was fun. They were resellers and we connected, and I'm great friends with a lot of them now. So, don't think, oh, well, I'm on eBay, they're on Amazon. Like, try it out, put yourself out there, see what happens. Meetups, conferences, Facebook groups.
I feel like I was missing something that I thought of, and now my brain doesn't want to come up with it.
Well,
I mean, sometimes you meet people when you're out like yard sailing. And just
can't you tell the reseller when you're yard sailing and sourcing? Like, totally can pick them out. Totally.
We don't have any other ones here, really. I try to pick them out. I try to look around and I'm like, ooh, are they comping something? And no, they're like FaceTiming with their kid. It's not.
Oh. Or magnets on your car, but that's more like if you want to be hunted down and stalked.
Right.
I don't know that that's a great community thing to do.
Yeah, that might be a boundary setter there.
Yeah.
So I was in a community on Listing Party with List Perfectly the other day, and we were trying to help someone run comps for a creepy little troll thing that she had. And it's still giving me nightmares, Jill. So thank you. And we were running comps, and the comp that we found for the exact same figurine was somebody that's only about 45 minutes away from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the location. And then we started looking, and she's like, oh, I watched them on YouTube. So I pulled up their YouTube, and now I need to privately message him, and I want him to like pick a date and time for my next meeting so he can come up here and we can connect. But you just never know. Like, I literally found him on eBay.
Wow. Who is he? You forget.
That's a great question. I already forgot his.
I get it.
Tip of the mitt. No, tip of the mitt picker. Tip of the mitt something. Tip of the mitt something, because Michigan is mittens, and yep.
Oh.
I thought maybe his niche was baseball collector when she said that, tip of the mitt. I was thinking
that's what
baseball
I thought
collector. Too. Yeah. But no, it's Michigan. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. So that's another good way. And I find YouTube, I have definitely broadened my horizon with YouTube on resellers, but not in this necessarily a personal way, speaking of our community, we always have so many things going on. Libby, you had mentioned earlier book club, and that is your baby. Before we wrap this up, mention that, because I know it's been going on.
Yes, we try to do a book every quarter throughout the year. Right now, we're working on Profit First, and we'll take the next probably couple months to go through it and implement it. We meet weekly. If you're in the book club, you can watch the videos if you can't make it that 1 week. We just have private videos where we're discussing it, but a lot of us are implementing Profit First and learning that it's not really an accounting system. What do they call it? Cash management system. And it's going to be a game changer for so many. In fact, I've been doing it for at least 2 years now, and implementing it. But I can't wait to hear the positive impacts it has on your business, Samantha.
And Libby, you are bringing, okay, talk about a community that caters to, you got to find what fits you. We are not a monthly book club. We're not a quarterly book club. We're a whatever pace the group is going in book club. If we need to stop and focus on that one page in chapter 3 because a couple people got caught up on that and they're just not quite getting it, or it really hit them and they just really want to just talk. Okay, great. Then we'll pick it back up next week and continue talking on about it. Also, Libby is bringing in some amazing profit first people and things just like apps and demos and things that really follow along with implementing this book and their process that they have in place. So it's not just us sitting there talking. I know a lot of our communities are just Samantha rambling on. This one's more Libby and all the great things she's bringing to this group. This is her baby. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, maybe book club sometimes isn't the right title, right? You think you read a book and you discuss it. Like, we are action-based, implementation-based. Yes. We want to make sure everybody gets it. We are all about taking those actions and reading the books we've done in that manner, where we can actually put these amazing things we're learning into play and help each other.
And you thought I was a general and the accountability police. Libby gives us homework, guys. It's not like strict homework, but there's homework.
What do you mean not strict? Did you do your homework?
Well, y'all, I missed the last one, so I guess I don't have homework.
I showed up to 2 in a row. 2 in a row.
Yay! Hey, listen, I totally just forgot what I was going to say, and I know it was important. I was going to say, when you're talking about all this, and Samantha was just breaking down the stuff that you're bringing to the table with book club, which I do think we need to keep that title, obviously, because people associate with that, but we do need to let people know it's more. All that is for free. Woo! Like, think about that. You are running a book club that is growing people's businesses, helping support grow their businesses, and you're bringing in other things that people would probably have to take quite a long time to research and pull into their lives, and you're handing it all to them with a bow. That's pretty impressive.
Should I start charging?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not what I'm saying, but I am saying that, y'all, if you are watching YouTube right now, I hope you are enjoying the expression on Samantha's face as she's frozen. If you're a podcast, run over. She's having a little technical difficulty today. I'm having a speech difficulty, but it's really kind of funny right now, the way she's frozen. But anyway, don't forget, we don't charge for book club, but we do have something we do charge very minimal amount for, and that is our Patreon group. We have a great group of people that come in. General Samantha does a great job of running a lot of that, right? General, are you back?
I am back, and yes, we have a tight ship over there, kinda. I try, but we're all about goals and just making sure that everybody feels heard. There are so many Patreons, there are so many mastermind groups, there are so many things, and this one is just what works for us. We want to make sure that we keep it as a small group, so anybody can sign up, lots of people can join, but we'll keep it segmented into smaller groups so that everybody has a chance to pick our brains, ask the group's opinion, talk about what your struggles are, your goals, whatever. Everybody's going to feel like they have that time with us each month or each week. We can do either one. We offer one-on-one if you guys one-on-3. Or one-on-one. If you don't want them, it's fine. You can just talk to me. That's okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
But there are lots of groups and lots of different things. Some people like a mastermind where there's 100 different people and you just sit there and never communicate or say anything. That's fine. Right. That's not our group. We will call on you and I expect you to participate.
And listen, if you leave one of our Patreon meetings and you do not feel supported and some kind of growth and support, we have messed up big time, because that's what we do and what we love and why we do it. And I think so far everybody has left feeling very supported.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do like the numbers, the hardline goals. Molly does the touchy-feely. This is how you need to.
I miss Kumbaya.
How does that make you feel when Samantha talks to you like that and Molly or Libby asks you about your numbers? How does it make you feel?
How does that make you feel? That's the preschool teacher.
Oh my gosh. And Samantha keeps track of it and she keeps everybody accountable. Yeah. So it's really great to have everybody's different personality and perspective.
If you're like me and you need somebody to check in with on a weekly basis to say, hey, this is what I'm planning to get done this week, and know that the following week they're going to say, all right, how'd you do on your goals? And
how you doing on those goals? Mm-hmm.
That's the place you want to be. I mean, it's great. It helps you really stay focused on your weekly plans and goals, because you don't want Samantha after you on Tuesday morning. Yeah. We meet every Tuesday. All right. We're going to wrap this up, girls.
All right. It's been fun.
Right? All right. Yeah. Let's give a community cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining Libby, Molly, and Samantha, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers. Find all the ways to connect with us on consignmentchats.com. Episodes are available on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. In addition, join our free private Facebook community.